Well, this is going to be a very short live, all things considered. I know I got to things a little bit late. I had some, pre existing conditions I had to take care of, gentlemen. My apologies. Um, at the same time, the Jazz lost one against the San Antonio Spurs, who have a surprising, defensive player of the year candidate that will never end up getting the reward this season, even though he drastically deserves it, and Victor Wembanyama. But, at the end of the day, these gentlemen are built to play. Now, obviously, the score was 111, 118. Losing at home is definitely not a good thing. Your game leaders ended up being, Colin Sexton in 26 with 26 points, Taylor Hendricks with 8 boards, and Colin Sexton also with 9 assists. For San Antonio, things got pretty evenly spread out. You saw Julian, Jeremy, and Victor all in the teens with scoring. Actually, Malachi Branham off of the bench also gave them 17. You know, was some of you boys are here. What's good, Jackson? What's good, Epic? You said 9 games of suffering left. Brooklyn won those, so we can still get the eighth pick. Fair. What's good, Logic? Yeah. They shot. I don't know how you want to. It depends on how you want to take this game because you could take it as dang we really suck, or you could take it as dang the tank is actually like this development is going hilarious. You said also couldn't stop the mid range. That was the most fun. That was the funniest part for me because honestly, so many times you found a situation where a lot of guys say, the mid range is dead. It's not a viable shot to take. And while granted, it might not have theoretically the bless you, thank you, welcome. It didn't have the theoretically, what do you call it? Oh no, you're good, Jackson. I appreciate you popping in, brother. Um, you know, even though they collectively shot decently from mid range, ultimately it was a lot better than a lot of people expected, and they took a lot more mid range shots than a lot of people typically tend to. Because in today's league, it's threes and layups and dunks because those are the best, situational shots to take. But the Spurs have always been an old timey type team. They've always had that extra element in their bag, and it paid off today. They shot 51% from the field off their 86 attempts. They also shot 48.5% from three, going 16 of 33. The only thing they really shot bad at was free throws. They were 14 of 21 for 66%. They had surprisingly a low number of rebounds at only 41. They did, though, however, have 40 assists. And I don't know how far that is from their normal team average. The Spurs have always been, a team for ball movement. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that they had more than 30, but 40 was kind of crazy. I was going to peg it closer to 35 ish. But it was what it was. They also had 9 steals and 7 blocks. Obviously, 5 of them courtesy of Victor Wembanyama. They had 21 turnovers though. 6 of those being courtesy of Victor. 4 by Devin Vassell, 4 by Trey Jones, and 3 by Jeremy Sohan. Just spreading the love out there. You saw Julian with 17. You saw Jeremy with 17. You saw Victor with 19. You saw Devin with 13, with a game leading, 31. Trey Young had 3. Trey Jones had 3. Blake Wesley had 1 point. Zach Collins had 4. Seti had 9. And then you had Malachi who had 17. Honestly, all their guys shot really well from the field. Julian was 7 of 13. Sohan was 7 of 16. Victor was 7 of 15. Devin was 12 of 20, also being 4 of 8 from 3. Jeremy Sohan was 2 of 7 from 3. Victor was 1 of 4 from 3. Julian was 3 of 6 from 3. Seti was 3 of 3 from 3. And then Malachi was 3 of 5 from 3. So they were just sparking it all up in our faces. And we just, had to take it on the chin and, get packed up. Looking at our side of things, they were not particularly great. Lowry had a decent shooting night though, as did Colin. We didn't really get much help from the bench. Keontae shot a little bit better from the field, so that's a positive, right? We saw Lowry go played actually the most minutes, I wanna say, in the game at 42, and I am correct. He played the most minutes in the game by 4. Um, 8 of 17 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, hit all 6 of his free throws, had 6 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal. He did have 3 turnovers, though, which is unusually high for him, but he had, second on team, 25 points. Box score plus minus of a -3. You saw Taylor Hendrickson 33 minutes, go 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, though. He had 8 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, and a block. No turnovers, 8 points, box score plus minus of a +6, which was the highest for the Jazz. You then saw John Collins in 22, almost 23 minutes, go 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 5 boards and assists, 2 steals, but he also had a second on team in turnovers as far as 4. He did, though, have 18 points and was a box score plus minus of a +2. Colin Sexton, obviously being a leading scorer for the team, played 38 minutes, and he was 11 of 20 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, hit both of his free throws, had 2 boards, 9 assists. That also led the team to go along with 2 steals, 1 block, but he did have 3 turnovers. And he had 26 points to lead his team while having a box score plus minus of a +1. And that's about where the positives end, because everybody else had a negative box score plus minus. And, just by and large, things weren't the most intriguing. You saw Keontae George in 39 and a half minutes go 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, hit 2 of his 2 free throws. He had a board. He had 8 assists, but he also had 5 turnovers, which understandably so is actually like really, 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 really not good, but also kind of an anomaly for him. Does he usually have 3 turnovers a game? Yes. 5 is kind of crazy. He did score 14 points. He had a box score plus minus of -5, which was the lowest out of all starters. Then you had Bryce Sensabaugh in just 13 and a half minutes off the bench, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, hit both of his free throws. He had a 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. He did have 2 turnovers, though, but he had 9 points and a box score plus minus of a -8. Kyrie Lewis Jr. played 5, almost 6 minutes, was 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He had 1 rebound, 2 turnovers, 5 points, box plus minus, -4. Walker Kessler played the most minutes off of the bench, as a matter of fact, at 22, going 1 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, having 6 boards, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and 2 turnovers for a total of 4 points and a box score plus minus of a -3. Then you had Micah Potter, THT, Lucas Salmonich, and Omer Yurtseven. And combined, they were 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 0 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 total points, with an average box score plus minus of a -5 between all of them. So, not great, but it was what it was, and it came and went. 47% shooting from the field, so solid shooting overall from the field, just, allowed too many shots. 13 of 35 from 3, 37% also not bad, just allowed too many shots. 20 of 22 from the free throw line, good job. 36 rebounds, 25 assists, 8 steals, which was right behind their 9, and then we also had 4 blocks, and then 21 turnovers. We went turnover for turnover with them, actually. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but it was the case, as a matter of fact, and we lost because of it. That first quarter really just, set the tone and packed the Jazz up early, if I am to say so. Because, going down basically what, all of 13 in the first quarter? 13, 14, or no, I think it was 15 actually. No, 14. Going down 14 in the first quarter is a pretty tough situation to deal with if you're any team, honestly. We said the Jazz need to be investigated. Playing Kyra Lewis in Q1 is wild. And Luka, like, come on, I'd rather see Lofton. Yeah, honestly, though. I'm really hoping we try to convey next year. We won't, even if we are 30 and 21, Danny will sell at the deadline. I'd be shocked if he does a deadline sale. I'd expect it to just happen in the offseason if he's tanking so he can have the best shot at flag. We'll see how it goes. He says Sexton will walk. It's not entirely impossible. I hope he doesn't, but at the same time, Danny and these boys make it very difficult to retain people. He still has a couple years though, I think. Yeah, epic. You said Sexton doesn't expire, so I'm expecting either a trade or an extension. I probably bank on an extension. I think that if any of the guards is likely to get traded in the immediate future, it's going to have to be Clarkson. Help from the bench over help from the Salt Lake City Stars. Oh, fair. You walk after the next season when we tank again. If we tank again, then I could definitely see that. You mean Lucas Solomonic is a net negative? That's crazy. I mean, I'm not sure. I believe that we wouldn't play him in the first quarter if he was that bad. Psych! Yes, they would. Of course they would. If the Jazz tank again, Sexton would be traded beforehand. LOL. Seeing Steph in tears tonight was low-key heartbreaking. What happened with Steph? What did I miss? Somebody fill me in. What happened with the Stephen Curry, drama? Emotional after Warriors, Draymond Green ejected. He did not have a good shooting night, though. Ooh, let's see. On Wednesday night, just one evening after Green's latest antics invited more suspension talks, the Golden State forward got himself ejected in less than 4 minutes. Less than 4 minutes into the battle against the Orlando Magic is crazy. Given where the Warriors are in the standings, they could ill afford to lose one of their best players against a tough Eastern Conference opponent. It appears Stephen Curry was well aware of the potentially bleak reality that awaits the Warriors because he's seen full-blown crying after. Yeah, he's actually very frustrated. I'm not a Curry fan, and I've been a LeBron guy since, since their saga and everything, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That I don't like the way that looks, man. That just that sucks. That sucks. I'm not a Curry guy, but I have a strong respect for Curry's game and the influence and impact that he's had on everything. So it's rough. We said Draymond ejection broke Curry's heart, something we don't know. I think there is something we don't know, yeah. Oh, Carter was good, my guy. Yeah, it has been a while. Draymond being Draymond, literally. We've seen the end of a dynasty. He hasn't wanted to end. Draymond needs another 11-game suspension. He ain't gonna learn nothing. Every tech he gets should be a 5-game suspension automatically. Every flagrant foul, 10-game suspension for Draymond only. He's gonna hurt somebody if we don't. For real, bro, I feel the exact same. Despise Golden State Warrior, but goodness, as a ball fan, it hurts. Yeah, Steph changed the game more than any other player in the past couple of decades. I'd say that because I don't really glaze too many players, but I'm gonna give Curry his flowers right now because Steph is one of those guys where before Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, I still dislike the Warriors because they went against LeBron, right? I'm a big LeBron guy. I'm a big guy for his narrative, his whole thing. Everybody knows this. But watching those games, everybody would be like, everybody, you remember those videos? I said you, like I'm talking to somebody specifically, but I am. Y'all remember those videos? Like it used to be the meme where it's the somebody simulating on 2K and it was like LeBron playing in 2096 against the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry's great grandchild or something like that. And it was like all those little iterations of it. Like it was just a thing of he made the game different. He changed things. He had people, and everybody doesn't need to shoot threes, right? But he revolutionized it as a small guard to be the main piece. Like you could say Isaiah Thomas with the Bad Boy Pistons, but Isaiah Thomas wasn't a superstar. He was a star, but he wasn't a superstar. He wasn't this team cannot win anything without him. The Warriors, objectively, with Steve Kerr as their coach, he gets exposed for not being able to win without Curry in the regular season. Curry has been that guy, for lack of better phrasing. He's been that boy. He knows what to do. He's not the clutchest player individually, but his play style is so contagious that everybody wanted to do it. Everybody, it's hard. It was hard to convince stars to play off ball until Curry played off ball. It was hard to express to people how important three-point shooting was and just being able to have a more well-rounded game than just being a slashing guard or a traditional point guard, the likes of like a CP3 kind of guy, right? And then you had Curry. And his skill set is just so full. And while he's not, he's the greatest shooter of all time. He's probably the second or third best ball handler of all time, right? Cap, maybe top five, top five. But he's so good at the game of basketball, and he's just such a likable personality in general. He's very marketable. Like he's a guy that you feel comfortable like watching whatever he does, to the point where if a scandal came out about Curry, you're gonna be like, him? Curry? Bro, quit playing. Like skepticism immediately, because that's just the type of guy he's been. So to see him actually reach a point in his career where he's not just, the grandiose winner who's gonna, outscore a team by 20 in the third quarter and put the game away, it's crazy. It's disheartening, and it tugs at your heartstrings a bit, because it's like, bro, anybody that was like mentally conscious and not a baby, during those Golden State Warriors, LeBron, Cavaliers type days, like that was like great basketball. Like that was genius for genius, play for play, like piece for piece, like a genuine chess match at times. And to know that it's like not only is it over, but LeBron outlasted Curry and he got drafted before him. And it's like, I love that for LeBron, but it's like we genuinely take so too much advantage. We take for granted how great LeBron's been, because it's insane that he's able to play the way that he does now. There's people that still think the Lakers can make a run at the championship solely because LeBron is there. And that's greatness. The same thing with Curry. You never really count the Warriors out until they're out. And that's because of him. So to see him like in that state, it's frustrating. And I'm not a Golden State Warriors guy, right? I'm a student of the game. And because of that, no matter how much I liked or disliked the Warriors as a team, I always had to respect Stephen Curry. I had to respect Klay Thompson, right? I had to respect all those guys because they were a part of the reason why the team was so successful, the reason why they're in the history books, the reason why they have rings, the reason why they are important, the reason why Steve Kerr is still coaching in the NBA, right? It's because of these boys. And their ringleader is none other than the three-point shooting demon general himself, Wardell Stephen Curry. It's like, it's tough. And then Draymond also knows better, man. Like at some point you just gotta just stop. Don't mar your career like that, because there's a lot of people that will argue Draymond's not a Hall of Famer because individually he's not a very good player. Only in a system is he a good piece. And that's a fair criticism of his, right? But you could also say, okay, the Warriors don't win their championships without Draymond anchoring the defense and being like that passing hub at the high post. That's fair. But you can't sit there and help them discredit your narrative by being an idiot. You can't hurt your team's GOAT and Stephen Curry. You can't hurt his legacy by being an idiot. You can't do that. That's messed up. It's uncalled for, and he knows better. There's no way he's out here with a podcast and doing all these different things with brands and stuff like that, and he doesn't know how to properly get the job done. It's absurd. And I don't want to be that guy to be like, oh yeah, send him home for good, but F it. It might be that time. It might be that time, because I can't keep watching this to the point where your playoff aspirations this season, right? With everything that's transpired, you guys can still make the playoffs. Curry's fighting for his life right now, trying to make sure y'all make the playoffs, and you make a boneheaded mistake. Remember the other night he got called as a common foul, and it kind of shouldn't have. I see why it did, but me personally, that little follow through where his arm doesn't break, where he's coming through like this and his arm doesn't just like let go as he's coming through. He kept it like that. He knew what he was doing. I'm not calling that a common foul. And they let you get away with it that time. So you reward them and you reward your teammates for believing in you with a 3 minute and 30 seconds into the game ejection. Not against a trash team either. Against a team that's actually in the playoffs, a team that actually has more wins than you, a team that, by all accounts, during the season has been considered the better team. And somehow Curry got it done still. So there's that, I guess. We said, I can only imagine how many championships the Warriors would have won if KD never left. Still be winning to this day. Bro, if Ainge was the Warriors GM, he'd have them all dealt the moment they get booted from the playoffs like last year. I'm not gonna lie, you might be spitting with that one. Ainge collecting his 4 first young players and swaps for Mr. Curry. He brought the 3-point game, the free flow offense, and is trying to emulate exactly. LeBron has been great, yeah, but it didn't change the game. He changed what a big man can do, but it didn't change the game. Plus, I give Steph props because didn't beg to wait. Plus, I give Steph props because he didn't beg to be surrounded with the best talent. I think that's what we're going for here. He played with what the team drafted and then blended additional talent as the cap allowed. LeBron always had to try to manipulate the system to create super teams. I kind of disagree. LeBron has been great. I would agree that LeBron individually probably hasn't changed the game. I would say that players like the Jokic's of the world are more accepted because LeBron exists. But I would agree that LeBron hasn't changed the game by and large, for me individually, at least from my point of view. I would say Steph was also the beneficiary of, and Steve Curry even more than Steph, back in the Mark Jackson days, right? Because Steve Kerr didn't build the Warriors. The Warriors were pre-built, and he just, pumped a bodybuilder with steroids. I don't give him that much credit for that. They did a great job casting that team together and creating a system that would work. And then Steve Kerr came in and, gave it a little bit of a nudge, and Curry pushed it over the top with his individual talent. Goodness gracious. Bless you. Thank you. Welcome. Now, in that same vein, will we say LeBron manipulated the system, though? I think manipulate is a strong word. I see what we're going for, though. I have a take on LeBron's super team situation that I don't necessarily agree with. I only consider one of them to be a super team. I think we know which one that is, though. But yeah, Curry, by all metrics, is like, he's the golden boy, right? LeBron was the chosen one because the expectation was that LeBron must win, to the point where if we're looking at LeBron in the vein and LeBron has a career like Kevin Durant did, we would consider him to have failed us. So if LeBron doesn't have the career that he has right now, he doesn't fulfill the chosen one prophecy that he got tattooed on him. Curry was heralded as the golden boy from the beginning and lived up to those expectations. He played within a very tight line, right? He doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. He doesn't have a lot of extra personality to fit in there. He has to be the smiley, fun-loving, like energetic guy who at the age of what? He's like, what is he, 34, 35, 36? He's mid-30s now. Still out here, might be late 30s. He's mid-30s, whatever. Still to this day is still running up and down the court, going through back screens, making backdoor cuts, doing everything just to, be a respectable player, just for him just to be able to shoot 6 of 18 from the field today, just so that his team would have a chance at winning, right? So in that sense, he's just a different guy. He's just, and the fact that he was able to do that, stay in character, and then also, listen, we respect Ayesha Curry because he picked a pretty wife, right? But sometimes she says some things in the media where we're just like, woman, that your husband is Stephen Curry. Why are you talking like this? Like, sometimes she says some things sometimes, and it's just like, bro, he is the greatest shooter of all time. and you're wondering why dudes don't come up to you. Listen. We all get that you're a big shot too. You could be a runway model if you really wanted to. But we're talking about the greatest shooter of all time. We're talking about somebody who's going to be on the Mount Rushmore of basketball, somebody who literally changed the game. Like you're her, right? But you married him. And even despite it all, even with all like the little background accusations and all that stuff and all the whispers behind his ears, LeBron had Savannah. He never had to worry about that, right? Savannah had that thing on lock whole time. You will never catch anything out of pocket from a Savannah interview, from Savannah's IG, from anything. The most stand-up person ever. And Aisha's not that crazy off base, but she definitely, says some questionable things every now and then. And despite it all, Curry keeps performing. He keeps shucking and jiving, putting on his dance, and everybody loves it. And then everybody forgets about anything that gets said behind the scenes. And he keeps putting on a show the best way he knows how to. And you can't help but respect it, man. He does everything that he can. We said Ainge should offer THT, Clarkson, Collins, and 7 first for the Warriors' big 3 with new contracts. Fair, because they're old. LMAO. I don't know if them being old would save them, but I see what you're going for. He said Father Time is undefeated. It's really hard to see the end of Stockton Malone because they were so close. Yeah. Draymond will be gone this offseason. Curry's reaction says it all. It wouldn't surprise me. Stock played all 82, and I think 17. Bro was a genuine Iron Man. I'm not gonna lie. We should trade for the ninth pick for Clay. Clay's a little old though, and I don't think he would enjoy. I don't think he would. Klay Thompson in a Jazz jersey doesn't hit the same. It's kind of like you ever see that's like Dennis Rodman in what was that one team he played for? Like it's like Dennis Rodman in a Spurs jersey, bro. It's like I forgot about that. Like one of those kind of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so used to seeing them in a certain light and just seeing them completely different. It's just like, whoa, that's crazy. I don't hate that Charles except for the 40 million contract and age. Yeah, that part. We're coming for you, Brooklyn. That 8th pick will be ours. Yo, Vesper, you're a fool. I'm not a big Curry fan, but ton of respect for how he changed the game culture and even how kids play. Facts. They could re-sign THT and trade Clarkson plus a 9th pick for Clay. I think the Warriors would actually consider that one though, low key. I almost feel like there's an overpay. That's an overpaid Charles. That's the craziest part. They drafted Clay, Steph, and Draymond. Talk about hitting gold. Literally, the scouts did their big ones with that because they haven't been able to see success in other pieces since then. Honestly, like not any that filled in with that core too well. I guess Jordan Poole was right. Draymond was the problem, guys. Jordan Poole was right. He said, all we need is a vet in the backcourt and a full-time starter at center. Yeah. I mean, DeJounte Murray and Hendricks needs to level up. I see Hendricks almost being there, bro. Small falls off faster. LeBron will always be big and strong. True. Yo, it was good, Tyson. What's good, my guy? You said, Epic, you said, so I asked this to a lot of our fans, and it's a long one, but the 07-08 Danny traded to get KG Allen to Boston and won the chip. Utah is in the same boat as Boston. So who is the KG Allen? That's a pretty interesting point you bring up there. If Lowry is a piece and Key is Rondo. Oh, if Lowry is Pierce and Key is Rondo. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know. I actually don't know. I haven't heard much about his wife. I guess I don't pay too much attention off the court stuff. Yeah. It always seems to resurface at the most randomly, like, it just resurfaces so randomly, Kurt. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's never like a big, like, huge scandal. It's like, guess what Ayesha Curry said on Ellen's show today? And it's like, bro, she did an interview with Ellen. Oh, I wonder what she did say. And then you hear what she said. It's like, the open relationship thing, or I wish that the one where she was like, I wish that people came up to me and wanted to talk to me as much as they talk to him, because then it's like, wait, am I not beautiful? And it's like, brother, it's like, sister, your man is him. You don't need to worry about us. I'm not the greatest shooter of all time. My people, we're good. We might be good basketball players, but we're not your husband. That man's tough. So if he says you look good, best believe we ain't got nothing on that. We don't got nothing on that. Trust and believe, trust and believe, trust and believe. He's built different. But yeah, it comes and goes every now and then. We said uh if trade the whole chest for Edwards. I would love to have Anthony Edwards. I'm not gonna lie. Anthony Edwards is a dog, man. Anthony Edwards is a dog. I would love to have Anthony Edwards. I would make it fit. You know how fit such a big thing. I would make it fit for Anthony Edwards. Let me see. Low key could see Ainge giving Draymond a meeting in his pitch to bring him to Utah, changing his personality and reputation. Dre takes a cheap deal and comes off the bench. Even worse is somehow Curry gets traded wherever Dre ends up. That would be hilarious. Been anxious, hell. So thank you for streaming. What you anxious about, gang? What's it, Tyson? What happened? What happened, Tyson? You okay? Tane, you said Lowry plus Anthony Edwards plus Chris Dunn plus Colin Sexton. I'm not gonna lie. I like those odds. I like those odds a lot. I like those odds a lot. I love those odds. Actually, I'm lying. I love those odds. We need either what's his name? We need really Taylor Hendricks to take that next step immediately, or we would need Walker Kessler to decide he wants to go, skill for skill with Wemby for some apparent reason. I think you said random, but I'm now down 53 pounds since my high still on way to go. Ooh, epic. What were you before? And what are you trying to get to? Let me know. But good job, buddy. 53 pounds is a lot, bro. How long have you been doing it for? The KG Ray Allen answer I have from earlier, Zion Williamson, neither Mike Bridges or Dejounte Murray. I wish. Just adulting is tough. No, I felt that. That's why. That's why my stream was late today. I'm not gonna lie. That's why my stream was late today. I actually was sitting in this chair for about an hour before the stream, staring at my screen. Nah, I got you though, Tyson. I just wanted to check in, buddy. I would legit trade 8 first for that. It'd be nice. I was 299 down to 240. Hey, 300 pounds down to 245. I'm proud of you, boy. That's what I'm talking about. I was actually 230. Well, no, I was like 235. But I'm fasting right now, so I'm down to like 219, 218. I kind of hit a little bit of a brick wall, but I have like 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left that I'm about to stick it out through, and so I'm gonna try and get myself all the way down to like 205. If I get 205, I'll be like feeling really, really, really good, really, really good. But I gotta. It's gonna take a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But yo, great freaking job, bro. Throwing Clarkson THT. On a positive note, I got a new car. Hey, there we go. You got to find that crack of daylight. You know what I'm saying? What kind of car is it? Let me know something. What kind of car did you get, brother? Epic to go, yo. Epic coming in clutch today, y'all. Warm Powerade tastes weird to me. I don't know why. Like it has to be like 32 degrees, 33 degrees. Maybe I'm bugging out. Dang. A loss to the Spurs, man. Well, wouldn't be the first time we lost in opportune games, right? We have Rockets, Kings, Cavs, Clippers. Oh man, we're not winning another game. We're cooked. I just realized the Spurs game was the one that we were supposed that I said we were gonna end up winning. It's 2014 Hyundai Ascent GS. 30 miles per gallon, boy. Oh, in today's gas economy, I know we need that. 37. That's insanely reliable. I'm not gonna lie. 37 miles per gallon is crazy. That's a that's the one right there. That's the one right there. Yeah, that's definitely gonna take you far. Especially because it's gonna be good miles wise. Trade plan. Clarkson and two first for DeJounte, Sexton, Kessler, Bryson, another guy, and four first for Zion. That's insane. Sexton, Kessler, Bryce, another guy, and four firsts, and for Zion. That would guarantee the Pelicans stay a playoff contender though, or a playoff team like a sixth-ish seed. I think Zion has been cooking up lately though, low key. We play the Rockets. That's a loss. Well, it is at home. Maybe we'll take that. I don't know. We have the Kings on the road. We have the Cavs at home. We have the Clippers on the road. We have the Warriors on the road. We have the Nuggets at home. We have the Rockets at home. Then we have the Clippers on the road. Then we have the Warriors on the road. So the most winnable game out of this has to be one of these two against the Rockets. Do we actually pull either of them off? I leave that up to you guys to decide. I have no horse in that race. Please don't trade Sexton. I agree. Yeah, I'm a Sexton guy. Obviously, Zion will just get injured. We're losing them all. Throw an extra first to keep Sexton. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think Zion is probably worth. I think Kessler and Bryce. I think Kessler, Bryce, 3 firsts is good enough. Yeah, especially if we were to throw in this year's first as one of the picks. So I went to the Jazz versus Timberwolves game. We're on, so I got to see Mike Conley again. Real. I'm going to the Cavs game. Hopefully, Spider's playing. Yeah, she should. I think. I don't think he was. Was he listed on an injury report recently? I don't think he was. Can we just trade for a top 3 pick and draft a future center who can shoot threes and be able to pass the ball? Who's to say? We could legit lose to the 2-29 Pistons right now. It's not impossible. That's the sad part. Can we send Keontae instead of Bryce? I would like that a little bit better, actually. Yeah, I like where Logic's going with that one. I agree with the Jazz are the worst team in the league right now. Yeah. Alternatively, Bryce, Clarkson, and 2 firsts for Montcalm. Kessler, Collins, and 5 firsts for Embiid. Yo, Epic just throwing stuff out there. Any team could beat this version of the Jazz. Yeah, this version of the Jazz is objectively bad, especially with the rotations being the way that they are. I'm recognizing that we had no intention of winning this game from the beginning. Like, that first quarter is absolutely insane. I am befuddled. I am beside myself with fear. Because what was even that? That just told me, like, we're just out here doing stuff right now. And there's no way Will Hardy definitely suggested this. I think this was like a premeditated. This is a premeditated attack on the Utah Jazz Nation or something like that. Just different. Let's get in B. Let's do it. I need to buy a trade soon. Bro, this stuff is rough. Yeah. Let's just go down 13 and we lost. Since we're comparing weight loss, I went from 310 to 189. Losing 121 pounds. How did I do it? I did it by gradually eating less over a long period of time. No change in diet, just to cut back. Goodness, that's amazing, bro. that's no, that's actually awesome. Cause bro, what? 121 pounds? Whew. Imagine Key, Michael, Lowry, Hendricks, and Embiid though. Yeah. What's good, Jeff? That's what I'm saying, Epic. 121 is crazy. I'll never forget the last season when he walked into the cheerleaders during their pregame performance. Man has no class respect for anyone. Mm. That's congratulations. That could not have been easy. That felt impossible. I think the rebuild is over after next season. I think so too, Charles. I hope so. Because like the window of time that they gave us for like the expectations of when they're going to be back on pace tells me that they have to be like good to go basically by then. Because they're not, it's like what are we doing right now? Basically. Anyways. Basically. For sure, for sure. He said, "Look, I'll push the full panic button next year on Keontae or Bryce, but Keontae is closer to a panic." Correct. I doubt the Jazz are going to waste all these picks and stay in the bottom. They better not. Just make a trade and be on the East. I wish. Lowry has never been to a postseason. It pisses me off. We need to try for him. Yeah, that's why I thought they were going to go ahead and just like ride this wave out this year, but they didn't agree. For all we know, he's like playoff Jimmy and hella clutched up. Hey, that's not impossible. That's not it's not crazy to say that. I'm not a GM, but I have reasoning why we should make a slight buy-in move this offseason. Utah has a three-way swap in 2026. They don't convey next year. They have to convey potentially a good pick, I'm guessing, later. Fair. Fair, 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 fair. My bro thinks next season we're tanking even more. I couldn't imagine what tanking even more from this would look like. A good three-way swap pick next year. They have no choice but to compete, so they bottom. So they bottom. So they just bottomed again. But next year they could be decent enough to just convey a higher pick. Yeah, just came in to say hey. To say, I just came in to say hey, this fat. Yeah. Lee being real like always. Yeah, just not a fun. Just not fun. Not fun at all. Keontae, Bryce Walker, and the new rookies coming in will be a lot to watch for. That's true. That's true. I have high expectations for Bryce Loki. Higher expectations for Taylor though. Keontae's showing me spurts of greatness, but I need him to decide whether he wants to be great or whether he wants to be mediocre. Next year, hopefully, we'll see though. But now I'm curious, who do the Jazz see in college or G League to convince them to bottom out like this? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's only a matter of time though before we know for certain. Emily. That's an interesting one. Okay. I see the vision. I see the vision. Hendricks is more enjoyable to watch as a fan of defense. I'm with you there. I'm with you there, Logic. 110%. Let's get Bronny so we can get the king. Man, the odds that would be allowed to happen. Larry would definitely get a taste of the playoffs, though. That's for sure. Danny Ainge took a sandpapered interim. Hey, rammed our team. This wasn't fun. This ain't fun. At a time, I'm sure we could all use a win. Hell, yo, Lee's had it. Ainge better land Luka, fix his attitude somehow. Portal, 27-year-old Curry, and Wilt Chamberlain also give the fans $3,600 for making me watch THT this much, bro. Yeah, THT was objectively like that's bad for business. Hot take, but I do love Danny though. Utah actually has a chance to trade for stars. I will. I have to believe in Danny because I can't believe he's senile just yet. Right. At the same time, if this doesn't work, if his rebuild is cooked, bro, I don't know what we're looking at. I'm not gonna lie. He might have to go ahead and hang him up. Lee said, "LOL." Here you read that made my night a million times better, brother. Man, look, we just be out here, man. We just be out here. My weight loss wasn't as hard as it sounds. I never weighed myself. I just let my belt and my clothes be the scale. On average, I lost about 2 pounds a month, but that's 24 pounds a year. Hey, man. Hey, 121 pounds is 121 pounds. I don't care what nobody says. 121 pounds is, a healthy weighted, 5'4" girl, 5'5" girl, woman, excuse me. 5'5", really 5'6". I think is like healthy range is 120 pounds ish. So yeah, you did something there, brother. Then he clearly wants the Jazz to get a ring, and he'll die sadly. I'm weak, bro. We did a rebuild on our rebuild last year. Then we did a rebuild on this rebuild. We're trading Ochai and Simone and Kelly. Sometimes you got to rebuild the rebuild to rebuild. Yo, Epic got me crying. He says sometimes you got to rebuild the rebuild to rebuild. Hashtag infinite rebuild. Yeah, that sounds about right. We're trying to break the rebuild record at this point. That's the way it's looking. Has to be something strapped. Yeah, there has to be. Kelly and Simone are likely short to midterm. One really hurt was Ochai. Mm. Losing Simone really hurt us at the wing position because we don't have any true wings on our roster anymore. And then you got rid of Ochai too, and that like did what it did. Let's just send a before and after picture of me. I took a totally different person. I feel much better. I imagine that's a lot less pressure on your bones and joints. It's a lot. You almost split your weight in half. But I just remember early this year we struggled and said we could turn it around, and we just turned it around. Ainge decided to Thanos it. There are times when you are down, kicked, beaten, can't go on, and somebody comes along more often, not somebody you love most and respect, and should respect the most, and kicks you in the face. For me, that person is Danny Ainge. He said, "This man is the bane of my existence. Why is he here?" They said that fucker. Nah, I understand though. I understand. We were on live a little bit longer than we usually are. Now, besides the draft, I want like it better be super soldier. Better take that super soldier serum. Yeah, I could see that. Or something. They got to do something for him. Because this Jolly Green Giant isn't cutting it right now. I'm not gonna lie. Mm-mm. To the Jazz. Danny is still more loyal than all the women I've ever known. Danny should go to jail for causing so much depression throughout the state. What I'm gonna say is, Danny in 2017-18, Utah decided to let him mature, give it a platform, we sold, and move it into Utah. Utah, so that's something. So, before season after that. Yeah. I mean, he'll also be significantly at that point because there won't be that much more money left on his books. Mhm. Mhm. Nobody's accepting his contract. That's the issue with them right now. Um, look, girls, like on our therapy and frustration, so I take group, a huge group pounding with gay. He would go to Utah. He didn't want to go to Utah. Nastiness. True. Music and off of him. Dante, X him. Give it to him. Yeah, nah, it's crazy. That's objectively crazy. Mhm. Classified big. What's good, Zach? Any idea who Jazz might really choose someone? I'm not sure, man. I'd expect him to buy something, but I don't know what it's gonna be like. Who's gonna be like allowed to be available because we know Danny Ainge is gonna come to yeah, that's a necessity. Make sure he's better at drafting. Very suck as much. It's rough. It's got to be something like me involving Clarkson. Interesting. Trade 18 second round picks. Trade those for first round picks. I think he's cutting out. Is it Cook? Ooh. If it's doing the thing right now, we can go ahead and cut it. If y'all can't hear me, okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure what changes about it. Thanks for tuning into this live, as always, for those that can hear it. So my sound is back. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why it did what it did. I don't know. Yeah, man. No, I got the cord like out in front of me too. That's the thing. So I was like very confused at first. And like on my monitor it's not toggling and showing me the thing. So I'm not sure. And I checked the XLR and the XLR wasn't it was locked in place. So I don't know. I have no idea. The Jazz played as good as that audio sounded. So terrible. Radio, radio. But yeah, um, you know, the I have my adapter up here. The mic's like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I have work in 4 hours. Man, it's gonna be a great day. Coming off of a Jazz L, fire. I promise. Hey man, it gets better with time. I'm not gonna lie. This month I've been lacking. I'm not gonna lie. From a number standpoint, this month I've like less views and everything than before. The views are down, but we're rebuilding the stream too. Hey man, we'll keep doing it like we always been. You know, the Jazz aren't particularly popular right now for obvious reasons. But just got to keep that core audience in there, and we're gonna find a way to rock out regardless. We're almost 2K, Yeah, they're in the Jazz entered a rebuild and decided that my channel needed that as well. So here we are. Hey, we're on the way. We're on the way. I wonder if I did it on my phone, would it get more views? Because I know that the vertical, like the live stream ones, are doing better now. I think they're getting channeled that way. Yeah, man. What Lee said. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and become a member to help support the content. And yeah, appreciate you guys, coming in and enjoying uh a little bit of conversation considering the situation that the Jazz are currently in, and just, letting off some steam a little bit, you know. But with that being said, I appreciate you boys sticking it out with me. Hopefully, we'll catch the goal is to catch one more W to end the season with 30 wins and not 29. So I don't know when that W is coming, but I feel it. I feel it. It's coming. With that being said, good morning, good evening, and good night. No matter where you're on the globe watching, thanks for tuning in to this live stream. And I'll catch you, gentlemen, in the next one. Peace. He said, good morning, my dude. Yeah. Yes, sir. Remember, gang, stand up. Couldn't do without y'all. Of course, Lee couldn't go too long without it, could he? Lee couldn't just sit there and, just vibe. I appreciate that though, Lee. Because this month has been a slow month. We're bouncing back in April. Watch. We're bouncing back in April. We're bouncing back in April. I appreciate you, Epic. He said, hey, when you go laugh at that? Nah, we're gonna bounce back in April. I don't know how many videos we'll get, but we're gonna try and be consistent. Try and not be too repetitive. Get a couple of videos. Try and get a couple. Was that a joke? Was that a what would you call it? Was that a 69 joke, Zach? Is that what that was? That's the way it felt. Nah, I'm playing. But no, don't force me to stay up longer. I have work. Nah. But just another day at the office, just dogging it out, trying to get to see that next day. At least that had to be the last. Nah, but we had a path ahead of us. The Jazz are hopefully in good hands. It's only a matter of time. We'll see how things go progressively as time goes on, gentlemen. Man, look. But yeah, appreciate y'all boys sticking it out with me in this one. And the next video will be Taylor Hendricks based, because Taylor Hendricks deserves one. We just casually donate his salary worth. Nah, I would cry. I would actually cry on camera too. He said he drops 50, I drop 5. Lee said, "You trying to go band for band?" Nah, but how much to call in and quit right now? I'm a teacher. But take that how you will. Some people will say, "Oh, the youth's education is worth more than money," and then other people would say, "Oh, so not very much." You get two camps of people. You get two camps of people in that situation. But yeah, I do security. So I teach Monday through Friday, and I also I'm the head coach for an indoor and outdoor track team. Right now we're in outdoor season, so I coach track. So I usually get up at 6:30, 7 a.m., get to school, finish school at 2:30, track practice kids, and then Sunday I do security. Yeah. It's you have seen the future and it's dark. Hey man, it definitely is. I be giving great advice. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I can't be out here being, poor. Hey, I can't be out here struggling forever, yo. I gotta lock it in. And sometimes, working all the hours is gonna be what's gonna have to cut the corners for now. Can't do it forever though. I know my body won't hold up that long. People have been saying I got the Itachi lines coming in right now. And after they said it, I started getting sick. I was like, nah, see, I gotta start sleeping because y'all are crazy. But I do kind of have them. Kind of sad. But yeah, nevertheless, you know, I appreciate y'all sticking it out with me, you know, chopping it up, having a good conversation. This was, we didn't have everybody in here. We didn't have all of our members here. We didn't have the whole family, the whole gang, but we were all really active in the chat today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Epic was a really big part of it. I think him, Kurt, Logic was piping in here and there. You saw Jeff slide in. Tayton was cooking. Lee started cooking once he came. It kind of gave me vibes from the old times, you know? Yes, Zach was mad late. But he's still like that. But we got some bright days ahead of us, boys. We just gotta hold on long enough. Twitter Epic has a surprise. I'm gonna look. I was here 1.5 subs ago. What you mean 1.5K subs ago? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we're good. We're good. Hey, we're gonna be successful, boys. We're gonna get there. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Nah, hey, life is there. I was here 1.78K. Yeah, y'all trying to go sub for sub. Dang. Wait. Wait, Zach, were you really one of our first 30 subs? That's crazy. That's crazy. I knew you were super early on. Yeah, yeah, you definitely were then. Yeah, you definitely were then. You remember the month and everything. I don't remember which one the sleep stream was, and I will never remember. I will never go back and look. Zach was right here, right after, before me. Right after, before me. Yeah. Hmm. He's a sleep stream till I die. Yo, no, that was a bad. That was wild. That was by far one of the most embarrassing times ever. I couldn't do it anymore. I had to let it go. Yeah. That was honestly, that's how I feel now. That's how I feel watching the games now. Like, what am I actually watching? I'm better off. I'm better served being asleep. Yeah, my neck was sore after that one. I'm not gonna lie. He said it showed the human side. Me and Lee was watching you sleep for 45. Man, I was out like a light. I'll never forget that because I woke up and I was like, brother, I'm still on stream. I was like, I don't know how long I've been up. I've been asleep, but I gotta play it like I'm still good. And then I started just chopping it up. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep y'all boys too long. We're coming up on 2 a.m. my time, so it's got to be midnight y'all time. I used to have him wake up Wraith like anything would happen. You would do it like it was a Twitch chat, or it's like when the donations hit and it reads it out loud. Hmm. But yeah, if somebody happens to come across it, let me know. I'm not gonna watch it. I just want to know which one it is. But yeah, I appreciate y'all boys, and y'all get some sleep too. I'm a knockout. But I'll catch y'all. What is it? Friday? Friday's next game. So we'll do this again. I saved the clip just for the dark times. Hey, just to help out, just to help it out a little bit. I understand. Yeah, that's very really. All right, Friday night we do this again. You already know. Yeah, y'all get some sleep too, though. Peace.